Let me say good morning. Good morning once again to all the listeners and viewers. Well, to another edition here of the Mid-Morning Buzz. And this time we're doing a segment what we call Oil Long Fest. Yes, 2025. Good morning to, of course, CJ with us this morning back again. Let me say good morning to, of course, Eugenia back with us again. We have, of course, Joe and Graphix on this side. We're going to be linking to them shortly. So let's see. We're back this morning. It's all about all that Oil Long Fest. We're getting ourselves all geared up for Saturday, the 1st of February. Let's go.
Good morning, listeners and viewers. And of course, as GT said, it's Oil Long Fest next week, Saturday.
Yes.
And it starts at 10 a.m.
You keep telling me don't say the Saturday. Next week, Saturday. Not the date.
Yes.
Next week, Saturday.
Next week, Saturday.
Yeah.
And it starts at 10 a.m. Admission is free. In case persons are wondering, there's an entrance fee. Admission is free. The cooking, the bubbling of the pots, the grating of the coconuts, and the entire process starts at 10.
Right.
Because we know some persons say they're not cooking on Saturday, they're coming up for lunch.
Right.
So we want to ensure that when you get up there, that there is food. Because you know Grenadians and the belly.
Not only there's food, food is available.
You know
sometimes there's food but not available.
Right?
All right.
Yeah, so that is happening next week, Saturday, and we've been getting a lot of the vendors, especially from Big Parish, indicating that they will be there. Some of the vendors as well have indicated that they will be there to offer a variety. So you can get coconut water, you can get your punch of cream, you can get your spices, you can get your Independence merchandise, and so will be on sale. So it will be a sort of transforming the Pearls airstrip into an Independence village. But the primary aspect of it would be the Oil Long competition.
All right. And don't forget, folks, it's coming through the kind compliments of folks at Flow GT and the Grenada Motor Club. You know, we always give shed the love for the folks making it possible for us to have Oil Long Fest.
Definitely.
So for especially want to also take the time to thank those who are already registered, or participants who have already registered to be part of this. They are eager to be there. It's going to be all good.
Yeah.
All good.
I think so as well.
I'm looking forward to a great event coming up for you on next Saturday. The date is somehow in my mind, you know, but I'm trying hard not to say the date.
Yes,
next Saturday. Next Saturday. Hey, let me say good morning to Joe and of course Graphix of course within in studio too. Let me say good morning to you guys. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. We have
all right.
Well, the place nice, you know, GT. It's nice. Jeans, you know what happened yesterday? I go home, I meet a man on top of my breadfruit tree. You know? Yeah.
Your breadfruit tree?
Eugenia, who's giving the story, me or you? Listen, so I meet a man on top of my breadfruit tree. The man tell me he want 2 breadfruit. I tell him take 2. He come down with 4. He tell me 2 to cook today, and the next 2 is for next week Saturday. I said cut and go through.
Yeah, well, them 2 breadfruit are right.
Well, I don't know what the man making. All he tell me is that the next 2 is for next Saturday. I said, Papi, cut and go through.
I feel that was Graphix.
But you didn't even have a conversation with him and say what happened the next Saturday. You want to
no, because right now, GT, my mind is on fast forward. The only thing that's happening is, as I concerned next week Saturday, jeans, breadfruit fest, pearls. So but serious, you know, GT. Next thing is somebody scheme the man up to.
You never know. Sometimes you need advance information. You know, that's important. You know, what's happening next week Saturday?
But I didn't really bother him too because you know my breadfruit pot, my Oil Long pot, I don't necessarily want breadfruit in it because I don't eat breadfruit.
Right.
We all watching me as doing crazy, so
I think Joe said Tim before he make that statement.
No, seriously. I'm not a fan.
You want to say Tim before you make that statement?
No,
I can't believe that. Convince me that you don't eat breadfruit.
I do not eat breadfruit. Okay, let me put it this way. I'm not a fan of breadfruit in oil dung. Right? So if you're giving me oil dung, I don't mind if you give me a piece of dasheen and then some yam, but I'll be the last person to say I want more breadfruit.
But what is an oil dung without breadfruit?
It's not oil.
I mean, that is not oil dung.
But you can say
that is just a cook-up. I consider that just a cook-up you have there.
I eat enough for breadfruit in my life already. You eat it steam, you eat it raw, you eat it raw.
Graphix, you agree with Joe that no breadfruit in all long?
No, I don't agree with that.
But hold on, what does it change? What does it change?
Huh? The flavor.
What flavor? But think about it honestly. Breadfruit, you don't put breadfruit. What does it change?
The flavor.
I mean, I ain't about
You remember somebody mentioned yesterday about the breadfruit wood? When you cook it, when you're doing the fireside cooking and you put the breadfruit wood, it creates a different smell, a different flavor.
Yeah, but that's for the wood itself. But for me, honestly, I am not necessarily a fan.
So let me put you on this spot. If you cook it with the breadfruit wood, breadfruit is in the pot there, technically, right?
Yeah. But you notice, I didn't say I wouldn't eat breadfruit. I say I'm not a fan of breadfruit. But
I'm just trying to get you to change your mind, but you seem like you get
No. But seriously, I'm not a fan of breadfruit, but I don't mind for my oil long. We had to talk about how we pack in the pot.
Yeah.
Right.
My oil long pot doesn't necessarily need breadfruit. I don't mind. I love a lot of vegetables in it.
All right.
I love a lot of veggies.
Let's agree, Joseph is not a Grenadian and he's from one of them islands of the chain.
Listen, you want me to bring to Trinity to cook a pot for this Saturday night?
No, thank you.
Therefore, let's stir in oil long, you know.
Soup.
That's why their one is called a oil dung. You understand? You know there's oil dung and oil dung, right?
Oh, really?
That's two different pot there entirely, you know.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's depending on where you put the emphasis. On what?
All right. Yeah, then tell us, Eugenia. Of course, on Saturday there's a competition that will be taking place, right?
Correct.
Explain that for there's probably someone who's thinking, hey, I want to be part of this, listening. What was that competition going to be part of? How the competition part sinks in?
Okay, so basically we're saying everything must be done on the spot.
Yeah.
We've registered so far 15 pots, and what it would entail is we don't necessarily want you to, but there are some things, some persons would not grate their coconut, some persons would want to use the blender.
Yeah.
Right? That's a preferred option. But so things that can be done like that before you get to the venue will allow.
Right.
But for the most part, from the wood, from a firecracker, whatever.
Yeah, the peel breadfruit on the side.
Yes, everything must be done.
So you could get away with grating the coconut.
Yes, because you'll also be judged as well. Well, part of the judging process entails how you pack the pot. You know, all of that, right? To show it's not just about the taste.
All right.
We're also looking at creativity as well.
All right.
You know, people get crazy when it comes to competition. You get red, green, yellow dumpling. Some people would do.
We cutting out the artificial flavor color, you know. Nobody will put a red, this red thing inside.
So everything must be done on the spot. We have a team of judges that will, of course, be going around to see what's been done. And, of course, at the end, we have 3 categories: most creative, overall winner, and the people's choice. Because, you know, sometimes the overall winner is not the people's choice.
That's true.
Right?
So that's where our 2 celebrities comes in.
Yeah, that's where we coming. Yeah. We sure will win the overall team graphics. But we know. We're the fan favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I like where of course, the way we choose that part. I'll probably come for that part, the tasting part. Let me see your pot taste.
Yes, so of course it's friendly competition, but we know persons will get really serious about the competition aspect of it. So we're encouraging the vendors and of course the persons who will be competing to at least be there by 9.
All right.
So that they can choose their spot and start setting up so that we can start promptly at 10. Because you heard Ras said yesterday he's coming with his calabash to eat. Yeah. So I mean, you mentioned you have 15 already, but I think 15 going to be enough for it's quite a wide space. We're open.
Yeah.
We're open to having more.
We could, as our 51st anniversary of independence, think about 51, pots of oil down.
Listen, that means nobody go back downtown until Monday.
Too much oil long.
Yeah,
too much oil long.
51 pots of oil long. Think about that. That will be interesting. Eh?
Yes, it will be.
Yeah, interesting.
So if you are listening and you are interested, remember there is not a registration fee. It's free to the public.
Yeah.
All you can do, you come with your ingredients, your pot, and you can cook your oil.
And you come with that creative mind of yours.
So let me ask you though, Gene, because I'm assuming, is it possible, even if we know that there isn't a registration fee, should I indicate my interest prior to, or do I just show up ad hoc on Saturday and say, give me a spot?
Both can work because some persons will probably have information, but not all the information. If there is someone listening and you know of someone who may be interested, you can spread the word as well and let them know that they can also come on the day and to participate. Right. I mean, it's quite a wide space that we're dealing with. On the Paul's Strip, I mean, we have space. So space is not.
Pulse can hold everybody in St.
Yeah.
George's, you know.
Yeah.
Think about that. Everybody in St. George's. So we could, as I said, we could have 51 pots cooked at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean,
I believe so. That'd be nice.
So as you mentioned, if you come out, you in Grub, you probably have a different destination, but somehow you hear about, of course, the Oil Log Fest taking place. You show up, you set up, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want the persons who have registered to keep in mind as well that we're also doing an experience with some of the visitors who will be here,
Yes,
and they will be coming up to Pearls. They would like to be engaged in the cooking process. They would want to peel the breadfruit, grate the coconut, and so, and of course sample the final product.
Definitely, you probably could be judged by that too. You know how you show somebody how to, of course, create an oil. You understand? Think about that. All right.
And I want to ask some people to roast 2 breadfruit for me as well. I have the red butter already. Yeah, I have the red butter. They can just roast 2 breadfruit.
I know Joe like breadfruit, but he just trying to create like breadfruit.
Again, I say unequivocally, I am not a fan of breadfruit. I did not say that I would not Graphix. I would not eat breadfruit. I'm not a super fan of breadfruit.
Right.
Yeah. So you notice I asked for it to be roasted and not necessarily in the oil dung. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
But you can put that roast breadfruit in our oil log too.
Well, you remember there is creativity. So maybe you could roast it, put it in. I mean, Graphix. You on your own, you would have one, you know. I don't know. Maybe you can try it. Maybe you want to try it. But I'm waiting to hear how Eugenia packs hot pot.
Yeah. Well, that's the next segment coming up. We invite our listeners, viewers to participate in this next segment. How would you start? Let me start with CJ.
Well, yes. That is right.
Let me start with CJ because I noticed he's been posting a lot of things lately on via his WhatsApp and showing any cooking and all of these kind of things.
Really?
CJ, how would you start to pack your pot if you decided, well, one of these Sundays you're going to be doing an oil down?
Go ahead and keep quiet.
Personally, I've never really made an oil by myself.
You hear the story.
Wait.
Say it
in the preparation of it.
Yeah, assisted in preparation of oil.
Right. So what I noticed so far is like my sister, she will place the meat in the bottom of the pot first, and then she will line it with the like some of the vegetables or like the okra and then the breadfruit and the fig and everything like that, and then she'll put the callaloo like on the top of the oil log.
Okay.
That'll be the last thing on the top.
All right. So that's
then she'll put like coconut milk.
My question now is why people just put the meat first in the bottom of the pot? Because next thing all the meat disappear when you're ready to eat.
Because depends on the type of the meat you have, it takes longer to cook.
All right. Graphix, you ever cook oil log in your life?
Tired cook oil log.
You cook oil log?
Tired cook oil log.
You tired cook oil log?
That's Happy Hill, the Happy
It's
Hill
a-
man, you know.
It have different ways in packing the pot.
Right.
Yeah, you can pack the pot with the breadfruit to the bottom. You can pack the meat first, then you put your vegetables. You put a layer of callaloo.
I'm looking for a video on my phone right now to show you I cooking oil log, but
Hold on. No, listen. Because it means if you show us, send it to Master Control.
Well, that's what I'm trying to do right now. In the process as we talk, I'm sending it to Master Control. You
In
understand?
terms of the parking, though, people they employ different styles.
Yeah.
Because the folks that would tell you,
different style, yeah.
they don't necessarily want to dig the whole pot up to
Yeah,
get the meat
just to
below.
get the meat, yeah,
Because
yeah.
imagine you have one of those big cauldrons.
A massive, yeah.
And you want to dig that up. So they would layer it.
Yeah, layer
Some
it up,
people
yeah.
would actually do it.
Yeah.
But whatever you do it,
pocket.
I just want a whole lot of vegetables in it.
Yeah,
A whole
vegetables
lot
is
of
important.
beans, a whole lot of, I like a little pumpkin in it, a little cabbage, you know, do all of that. And CJ, by that story CJ gave us, I know he ain't telling the truth quite early. CJ wasn't sure what my response in particular was going to be.
Yeah.
So he decided, just in case Badmouth Joe decided to talk, let him blame his sister. Poor sister.
If his sister call and give her the friend the whole process when you know CJ was just talking.
Well, I tell you though, I'm not sure which sister he's talking about, but I hope she ain't called. Because if she calling, I know she calling from another place.
Hey, so don't forget, folks, of course, the lines are now open for you. 435. Give us how you will pack your pot of oil down. All right, how you will pack your pot, and let's hear from you. 435-2041. And you know, I for one, I'm joking. I can't cook. I can't cook.
So the video that you're looking for,
I've sent the video already. We'll see who's in the video.
so
I hope that's a controller already received and is able to show it. You'll see how the oil longer.
You may not tell Dorian already to say he can't get it, you know.
No, when I said it to Dorian, I'm waiting on Dorian to pick it up. I'm waiting on Dorian. I hope he's able to show it.
All you wait for it.
435-2041. You have double options of calling in the WhatsApp, or you could call us directly. Tell us how you, of course, will start the process of cooking your oil long, how you will pack that pot. I don't know.
I called my friend Helen Elijah, man. Lady Helen, call him, because I know you just cook a boss oil long. And I know you're listening, Lady Elijah. Call us now. Tell us how to pack a genuine, go a woman does actually pack a pot.
Eugenia, ever cook oil long?
Yes, many times.
You know there are females that can.
Okay, Ollie, wait for it.
Are you tasting this?
Oh, yeah. What is Alan Gas?
As it says, he bought the
I
pot.
don't think he'll sort the pot.
Hold on. Let me show Alan doing it.
And the chef is back.
Well, he actually talking, you know, he talking. How you tasting, boy?
It's nice, boys.
Well, as it says, he bought the pot.
Everybody pot, GT body in the house. And the chef is back. But I'm leaving soon again.
So that was back then a few weeks ago.
But
actually, my birthday, and I cook a oil long for my birthday. Imagine.
But you keep saying that you cook a
Allergy was only testing the pot.
Here live. That is lie. Teacher Pussy talk to you about that already. You know what teacher
He was
Pussy
only
said.
testing the pot.
Well, how come that doesn't look at a regular pot spoon? As a soup spoon.
Oh man. 435-2041. 435-2041. Let's see how you will pack your that pot. And of course, let's hear from you this morning. Let's see what the folks are saying in reference to that.
Well, we await the caller. We just want to share some history of oil dung, GT. Now, oil dung is a dish that was originally made by enslaved peoples from Africa, and the meats traditionally used were the less desired parts of the pigs, such as the tail, snout, along with cheap salted fish. The other ingredients in oil dung, it shows Grenada's long history, immigration from across the world. We had a West African dasheen meeting Southeast Indian bananas and Pacific breadfruit. The spices from back then included fresh herbs like thyme and cilantro. Turmeric as well was brought in by the immigrants from South Asia. Right? Oil dung is usually referred to as a stew of breadfruit, salted meat, chicken, dumplings, callaloo, and other vegetables stewed in coconut milk, herbs, and spices. The name refers to the fact that the oil from the coconut milk used in cooking is either absorbed by the ingredients or settles at the bottom of the cooking pot. All of the liquid is cooked down, dried out, hence the name oil dung.
All right.
It is not unique to Grenada, however. It is popular in Trinidad, which also shares a long history of cultural influences with Grenada. But however, there is a difference in how each island makes the oil dung, right? Grenadians prefer the dasheen, dumpling, turmeric, and so Trinidadians tend to do a more simpler dish. I've seen just breadfruit and salt meat.
But that's debatable,
Right?
that's debatable, you know.
Yes.
In terms of that part where you say it's not unique to Grenada. Because I think Grenada went long in Trinidad.
Well,
Right.
I don't know.
But they still refer to it as oil dung. They just have their own
style.
way
Yeah.
of preparing.
Well, I
Alright?
don't know what the argument
I never heard
is.
Vincentians talk about oil dung yet anyway.
But you know,
There's also a similar stew in Guyana called metagi or metaji
Meta G.
or metem, and in Jamaica there is a seafood version called rundung.
Rundown.
Yeah, so that's just some history of oil dung. But of course, no one can mix oil dung like a Grenadian.
Grenadian oil dung is the authentic oil dung.
Yes.
Yeah. When you talk about
I was just saying, I saw the Metem G and I tasted the Metem G when I was in Guyana about a month ago, and I almost followed. We hospital almost picked me. So the guy invited us.
anything close to Grenada oil dung in terms of that?
Well, hold on. The thing look as though when you have green bananas, and milk falling in white. We don't have much of that. So he called me and he tell us, boy, let me show you if you think you could cook oil dog. So I described oil dog for us, and everybody watching me is going crazy. So he said, look at his MetMG. And their MetMG or oil dog is honestly more like a soup. So the ingredients are similar. So the same coconut, the breadfruit and not breadfruit necessarily, the other vegetables. But they don't put the saffron and all of that in it, and the callaloo to make it colorful. So it's a little like a little stew, yeah, that they eat with a spoon to start with, yeah. But it is nothing compared to our oil dog. Our oil dog takes it to a different level, yeah. And they actually stir theirs as well.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
So you can't stir the oil dog.
No,
you can't stir the oil dog.
You can't stir oil dog. I don't understand, but I don't know. Good morning, Colleen. Yeah, I hear you say I wrote my mother about your people and them, eh? But anyway, their MetMG had flavor, but our oil dog has zest. Yeah, he seasoned it well. But trust me, when you're gonna put our oil dog is colorful and you could get different vibes from it. Yeah, but
what is your favorite part of the oil dog? In terms of when after it's been shared out, or you like the pot, the bottom of the pot?
Well, that's the best part.
That's the best part of the pot.
That's the best part of the pot. And I don't mind if you kind of burn a bit. I don't want too much sauce in it. Yeah, but don't be low when it cooks for me. Yeah, what Tahiti used to call it? The guess. May his soul rest in peace.
But there's also the option of do you like a wet oil long or long with a lot of sauce, or you want your oil long dry? You know that's an option. Some folks cook it till it gets dried. Some folks leave that little wet. It needs
a little moisture to it.
Yeah.
So the trick is though, where do you form the balance when you leave it there? You don't want it just to dry right down, but at the same time you don't want when you get it waterlogged as some pearls to St. John's River. No.
Must have a little moisture.
You have a little moisture in it, yeah.
Good to go.
All right. Well, we don't, the folks haven't started calling it to give us their take on how they would like to pack the pot. Of course, everybody have given their little bit of how they would like it packed. So we'll see. Probably next week we get some folks who really want to call in and give us. We could probably go back to that question again.
I want crab in mind as well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ever got a good oil long GT with crab?
Yes, I have had crab with oil long already.
Listen to me.
And a little lobster in oil long, and all of that.
Sweet heaven. Not them like a spratty that we talking about.
I have one friend who does say, he have a problem with crab. Everybody's meat is on the bone. Crab bone is, crab meat is in the bone now.
Strange enough, I don't have the patience to eat crab.
Yeah.
But there's no line. The flavor that crab gives to an oil dog.
Different.
It's a different vibes altogether.
It's when I know Joseph know how to kill a crab.
Well, let me tell you. Let me, for the greater part of my life,
we have a story there.
I am not focused on killing the crab. Because if I had to kill a crab, I remember one time, years ago, my partner tell me go to the back of land speed to torch crab. Poor Joe. When they check my bag, all crab mash up, I guess I didn't do so. It's last I would for crab in it. And you said, but you not so. I said, oh, so you need me to hold them with my hand. That was the end of that, So let's put it this way. I do not torch crab. But I eat crab.
Right.
Yes?
Graphix, you would say, join on no boy days.
Listen.
Yeah, boy.
Y'all ever roast breadfruit on a stick in the ash hole of the coal pot?
No.
Not even dump flour.
How a breadfruit you go into the ash hole of a coal pot?
You cut it up.
I thought you're looking for the whole big breadfruit you talk. I know I don't see people roasting the whole breadfruit.
I'm not talking about you ask your mother for a little piece of breadfruit or even the flour, and you roast the flour, you roast it in the dumpling in the ash hole.
But isn't the outer part of the breadfruit that's supposed to be roasted?
Yeah, not the.
But not just that, you roast even potatoes and all of that in the I'm sorry for you.
There's a different type of cooking you talk, right?
Can't wait for the actual meal to finish. He's fast tracking.
And listen, I noticed that you get a piece of saltfish and you're roasting the saltfish because you can't wait. So while pot organizing, you get a piece of saltfish, a little flour, and you're roasting that separately, GT. You rub some red butter on that. and you're good to go. You're going to squeeze.
You can't talk about red butter for CJ. You have no knowledge in terms of CJ. You know what red butter is?
You know what you're talking about?
CJ, what is red butter?
It's red butter. It's cooking butter. It's cooking butter.
And I call your hands.
I just like to put CJ on this. I just like to put CJ on the spot, but you know,
CJ, red butter is red butter. You're
red butter is red butter.
No argument on that.
That was a different kind of butter back then.
Yeah.
What, the red one?
It's not. It wasn't considered that as we would call the margarine and stuff like that. It wasn't considered that. That was red butter. It was like some folks refer to it as salt butter or whatever it's called.
I know you understand why half a grenade is someone with diabetes.
Yeah.
With hypertension, sorry. There was just too much salt.
Too much salt. There was a corn pork, the corn this. The butter was a different story.
Yeah.
I
mean, why didn't you talk about the red butter? Remember the days even with butter bread? When you were in school, you got a butter bread.
Yeah. Is it red butter?
Red butter, and the butter running on your elbow, you know. That was the fun of those old days. But anyway, we wouldn't really confuse
CJ with that.
CJ too much of that, because he probably wonder what we do.
You know, we kind of schooling him a little bit, so he probably will understand in a timing. Don't worry. He will understand. You have to understand. And they would say he's young in the business.
Yes.
He's young in the business. I think that's our first for today.
But let me ask though, who makes the best bread? The best oil lung? Big Parish, St. David, or St. George?
Well, I'm from St. George's. I would say St. George's make the best oil lung.
Well, I just ask a question for a friend.
I say St. David.
I say St. Patrick's makes the best oil.
How you know that?
Graphix, we walk in with St. George's, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I work with St. George's, yeah.
But that's a simple equation.
Yeah, simple. St. George's, we have the best oil.
The best oil lung?
Yeah.
Best oil on the
Yeah, but y'all came up countryside, St. David, St. Andrews, to learn how to make oil lung.
Who you all at? Who you all?
You and Graphix.
But
you all.
Me?
Y'all didn't know how to make oil lung until just the other day.
I am 100 individual from St. George's.
I am born and bred in St. George.
In St. George.
Who you are?
You came up, Joseph. You came up to St. David. You came up to St. David to learn how to make an oil lung.
But probably somebody came down and show us, but we go.
Okay, we
go.
I mean, it is no fault of ours.
Yeah.
If they appreciate, they give us, they help us take it to the next level.
Yeah.
But as far as we know, best oil is St. George.
And the best breadfruit come from countryside as well.
No, St. George.
Yes, St. Patrick.
But is there a thing called a best breadfruit?
Yes.
I believe in that one.
No, there are differences in breadfruits.
Let Bernadette show you some breadfruit in her yard.
Difference in bread. So there's some breadfruit that is white and it's dry. When you cook it, it is dry. There's some breadfruit. There's one that it is yellow and sticky. True. And sweet. It just has the same as the dasheen. Yeah. You have a different colored dasheen. You have a dasheen that is dry and white, and there's another one that is grayish and sticky. Yeah, but we ain't care. You all came down and sell it in the market.
Yeah. So we make the better oil lung. We ain't backing down from that one.
Well, we'll clash next week Saturday. We're clashing next Saturday on the stretch.
But that can be part of the competition too, Eugenia. Think about it. St. George's, St. David, St. Patrick's, whoever make the better oil lung.
And we don't have any breadfruit available for people from town.
Really?
No.
Man, yeah, breadfruit in town, man. You have trees with breadfruit in town, man. We taking that.
The guy picked the last 4 off of my tree.
So that means you have no breadfruit available for your long business.
We use dasheen.
I don't mind the dasheen. I want some dasheen, some white yam. Yes, and I good. Lots of vegetables and all of the non-palatable parts of the pork, the undesirables, as Eugenia said, the snout. What's the price of snout? But it's interesting, you know. Eugenia, what was the term that you used for the meat? Was the cornfish and the what?
The non-desirable.
The non-desirable parts?
Like
the tail, snout, and the cheap saltfish?
They're disrespectful, eh? How much you fucking saltfish now?
Well, how did that part get the name? The cheap saltfish.
I have no
Is that the
idea.
part they don't want? The saltfish tail that they would say?
Yeah.
Yes,
But it's true. Because that's what poor man food used to be.
Yeah.
Literally.
The things that everybody don't want, that's what they throw out, and we take that and fix that up and make and put it in the pot.
I want you well we done with today.
Yeah.
Oh, when you say we, CJ, what are you exactly talking about?
We as black people.
Oh, black people.
So, you know, generally, oil dung is a meal that usually is designed to feed large families.
Yes.
Because of the nature of breadfruit.
You see the size of my pot with me
Yeah,
and
when you cook oil dung for the whole week, you're eating oil dung and then you still could fry the dumpling and the pieces of breadfruit left back. Joseph, you know about that?
Sorry?
Yeah.
Who are you speaking to me?
Oh, I forget you, Mr. Ashhole.
What the hell that I don't know? but it's a point that you make, you know. You cook that. You give a child 2 good slices of bread, put a 3. When you finish with that, you're barely full, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's a really it's a fulfilling meal.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So go on, folks, get ready. That's all road leads to Purser Strip. Next Saturday.
That's right.
Yeah, right. From 10 a.m. it starts, which means the folks should start be up there since about 8 in the morning. Start getting all the ingredients put together. Of course, Eugenia mentioned, you know, you'll be given some leeway if you do the coconut beforehand. You know, but if you feel you're good enough and fast enough to get it grated at the site, of course, that'll be an added benefit for you.
Yes.
Show that you're doing everything from scratch.
When last you grate coconut, Eugenia? Here.
Eugenia is a blender person. Come
Precisely.
on. You see the nails out. Come on, Joe. Don't do that.
Who else you want me to ask?
Man.
Blender.
Listen,
All right.
the blender's the thing these days, eh?
Yes, it is.
The
Blender.
blender. Man. So anyway, folks, don't forget, of course, Oil Long Fest. Come see the kind compliments of folks of Flow, GTA, and of course, at the Grenada Tourism Authority, and of course, Grenada Motor Club. So all road leads to Pearls Airstrip. Graphix, you gonna be there? I mean, you the hot crew gonna be there. You
Of
Graphix
course,
has to be there
must be
supplying
there,
us with the music.
Yeah, it must be
You
there.
understand? So
Sure.
the entire hot crew is gonna be there.
I'm going to be there because there is a celebrity pot that is going to be on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Dasheen pot.
And we say we making Graphix and Joe the celebrity judges also.
Boom.
For the tasting part of things.
I like the song like that.
Celebrity judges, yes. You know, of course. So they're on target for that. You give them a special apparel, something special to wear for, Joe and Graphix. Think about that, huh?
I think about it.
Some kind of mascot clothing us.
Listen, joke is a joke, but you're taking this thing too far.
A breadfruit outfit could be, think about it. Something in leaves or, or the breadfruit itself.
Think about it.
Yeah, think about it. So it's a wrap for us for today?
It is a wrap.
It's a wrap for today. Hey, folks, thanks once again for being with us. Join us again on Monday. Of course, we're going to do this all over for you. And we're going to lead right up until the actual event takes place. So until then, have a good one, folks. That's what we say goodbye for this edition of Oil Long Fest.
Yes.
Yeah, we calling it the edition of Oil Long Fest. Typically, that's it. Hey, folks, Graphix, Joe later. We all there.
Yeah, we
That's it.
All right, man.
Island in the sun.